All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. We're going into week 4. Crazy. Already here, week 4, Clemson football. Joined by two of my good friends, Kobe Pace, Drew Swinney. What's good?
What's up?
Yeah, get to the first things first, man. I think just from my perspective, like being encouraged, seeing you guys play the past couple weeks and just seeing like a lot of guys step up, different roles, but it's been cool. But you guys are 3-0. Got one conference win. Won the opener. Drew, how you feeling? 3-0.
Feel great, man. I mean, you can't be any better after 3 games and 3-0. So accomplished our first goal, win the opener, and got a big ACC win in the first game. And now we start division play this week, and we're getting better each week, and that's just the goal for us. Is to win. That's the number one goal, and then the next goal is to keep improving. Just keep getting better each week and just keep building off that. So we're in a good spot, and one game at a time. And got Wake this week, so it's going to be a good game, and we're excited about it.
Kobe, how you feeling? This is like the first, different last year. We start off to a much better start, a little more morale. How you feel like the team's doing? Just like energy, like 3-0. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel like the offense has gained their confidence back. Feel like we've been on we've hit most of our goals that we want to hit while playing, but you can't ask more than 3-0. I mean,
right?
It's better than being 0-3. 3-0 is what we want.
For sure. Or last year we were 2-1. First 3 games, we were almost 1. Yeah. So definitely good. And just I think from the fans are a lot of questions. It's a little different, man. Y'all both in the offensive side. I think offenses the past 2 games been playing pretty solid. What do y'all think the reason? How do y'all feel about just putting all 4 quarters together? Because I feel like we put like 2 great quarters together, and we put up so many points, and like the other 2 quarters are kind of like whatever. And fans are just like talk about this, like how important consistency is, or what y'all are looking for going forward.
Yeah, man. I mean that's the name of the game. You know, being able to play all 4 quarters and just playing complementary football. That's what the coaches are talking about, really. Not having to compensate. Like the good teams, they can compensate for each other, but the great teams, they can play together and really complement each other. And that's just what we're trying to focus on, just playing the complete game from start to finish. We've started hot, we started slow, kind of in between a couple times. But like I said, we're getting better. And, that's the thing, too. Like, we don't get college football. That's the only level of football that you don't get preseason games against other people or anything like that. You're just going against yourself the whole time. So those first couple games, it's kind of getting adjusted, and then it's all right. Here's what we know. We feel good about this, and just getting better from there, improving. But I mean, we're in a great spot, and like Kobe said, we've been hitting a lot of our goals. But that's the standard is to just keep improving, keep getting better, and just doing our best.
Yeah, Kobe, how you feel about just like I guess areas of improvement, like where you want to see the team continue to grow, and then just what's going to happen when we put 4 quarters together? Because we haven't yet. We've like put like a couple good quarters together. Like, what's the expectation, the vision that y'all see for the offense?
Yeah, I see good things for us. I see I feel like once we put all 4 quarters together, then I feel like no one in the country can beat us. Like we've seen where we played complementary football versus Georgia Tech in like the second half, and we've seen what we did versus Furman when we played complementary football. It's just like when the defense gets a turnover and we go out and score, then that's just like when we really start clicking. So I feel like once we like match the defensive side energy and they match our energy, I feel like we can't be stopped.
I agree. I think that's kind of my observation too. I think just watching the games, it's like, man, when we put it all together, like you can see those moments of capitalizing momentum, and people don't realize that this is such a game of momentum, bro. It's like a couple plays, like even like the insignificant plays can mean a lot. And we've seen it whether that's the block punt, the first game. The second game was just like kind of coming out hot. And then last game was just like the pick. When Trotter got that pick, it kind of changed the momentum back again. And it was kind of wrapped from there.
Is it you sitting in the stands now as a player? Been like been what since 2015? Last time that been online for you?
Last time before this season that I was in the stands was Florida State came to Clemson. It was like the official visit weekend.
Yeah.
My senior year. And so yes, it's been different. I will say I feel like I've handled myself well. I'll be in the nice seats now. So shout out to Clemson for getting all these luxury seats now. So they be showing love, and then it's cool, man. I feel like Clemson family shows me a lot of love on game day. It's good to see people in the flesh who haven't seen me like in person throughout my career. I've been enjoying it, bro. Just kind of being on the other side. Like I was there for a long time. I feel like I got my fair share of Clemson football. Now it's cool to see y'all do y'all's thing. A couple plays, just like as I think about like last game, or just walk people through. Like you play, obviously, Cody played running back. You had a couple plays. Drew, you played receiver. A lot of big plays. What goes into like some of those bigger plays? Because obviously the fans are like, I want to see the ball get down the field, but there's so much. The offensive lines will block well. The running back's got to pick up. DJ's got to, you know what I'm saying, throw a good pass. The receiver's got to catch it. Because like there's been a couple missed opportunities, but then like I looked at Ngata play, Antonio Williams play, the Bo Collins play. What goes into those plays as a receiver?
Yeah, well, as a receiver, I mean, there's so many things. Just the receiver position, generally, so detailed. It's an art. There's a lot of details, and it comes down to the biggest thing to time with the quarterback, and especially in our offense, everything is timing. And those big plays you see, I mean, that's just Joe's great, amazing catch he had. He had a great release on the line. Held his line, really leaned back on the guy. DJ just gave him a chance, and he went up and just made a play. And those are the plays that we expect to make as a group. You know, that's the standard for us, making those great plays, and that's what we're trying to get back to. You know, just being consistent like that. But I mean, just as far as the big plays go, passing wise, I mean, you see things during the week that maybe you want to scheme up for the other team, and there's a couple of those. And then it comes down, you know, the QB has reads on different plays. So a lot of times the first read may be a running back, maybe a tight end, whatever it is. But our job as a receiver is to be open and to get open, be in the right spot when the QB needs us to be there, you know?
Right.
So it's already – I feel like we've already made improvement since last year as explosive plays.
For sure, already.
I think it's only going to get better. You know, we're everyone's locked in. It's only going to be more explosive. You know?
No, I agree. Coach, talk about like something like even like a touchdown play or a running play. Like as a running back, people, because I mean, they like give the guys the ball, all that good stuff. What happens on like a big play? You know what I'm saying? Like what all comes together like for you in a run play, or even for the guys in the running back room.
So really, all we look for is just like we try to follow. Make the offensive lineman and make our blocks and make our runs easier for us just by setting up our blocks with the offensive lineman. And then once we get past the offensive lineman and get to the second level, you wanna set your guy up so you can have the best way to win on your guy. So that one-on-one matchup, if you have it, or if you got two and you got a receiver out there, you want the receiver to give it just to cover up the defender, so you can just make a move and do what you do.
Yeah, a lot of times, even like to me, watching the plays, it's like the biggest runs come from the receivers blocking. That's kind of always been like a mantra. Like, so fans out there, if you're watching, just like you always go back, watch a big run. More than likely, obviously the offensive line did their job, and they've been doing a great job the past couple weeks. And then the big plays come from like when a receiver gives like a little extra block. Like it ain't even got to be nothing crazy. Like you ain't got to be no knockdown. It's just a little extra, and then the running back goes free.
Yeah, like we got some freak running backs. If you can just cover them up just for a second, give the running back a little time to make a move. That's when those big runs happen.
All three of them. What when y'all watched like last week's game? What were big plays that stood out to y'all? I don't know. We were kind of talking about the Ngata catch. Antonio Williams catch was big. Kind of Shipley's run coming out. What other plays? I mean, lots of touchdowns. I think every back scored. What other plays kind of stick out to y'all? What they offensively, defensively?
Really, I like seeing the defensive with the turnovers. I feel like that gets the crowd like kind of more amped up in the game than just seeing the offense score. I think they want to see that defensive like energized and getting those picks and getting those turnovers. So I'll probably go with the defensive turnovers that we have.
Yeah, bro, it's hype, even, especially when like RJ's pick, Malcolm's pick. Yeah. I mean, it just does something, especially when because there was a little rut in the game where they held the ball. I think it was the second quarter for like a long time. Like after we fumbled the block field goal. Yeah, it was just like I feel like they had the ball forever. So the turnover was like finally. Finally. So I agree with that. What you got, Drew?
Yeah, because we blocked the kick, and then they held the ball and went down. I think they scored after that kick. So it was like 13 to 7 at halftime. Is that right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, at halftime, we didn't really feel like it was indicative of how we were playing necessarily, and that took care of itself. The running game, I mean, they couldn't stop us running the ball, and huge runs from Phil, Kobe, Ship, Dominique, Keith Adams, all of them were able to get some great yards on them. But obviously, the play with Ngata, that was so good to see, man, and especially for Joe. So happy for him because he's such a grinder. He's so locked in, and he has that in him. So it was so good to see him make that. Bo, that play to him, that was awesome. And Antonio, man, he's special, and he's gonna be a great player. Seeing his first touchdown, that was really, really cool. Big play in the game. Adam Randall coming back. I mean, golly, he ACL at the end of spring, and now he's coming back. I mean, he doesn't even look like he's hurt at all. I mean, it's amazing. He got his first. But yeah, I mean, it was a great game. A lot of stuff to learn and grow from and build off of. But it's gonna be a fun rest of the season and just enjoying each week, just making the most of the opportunity.
No, I agree, and I'm excited to see like the rest of everything kind of come together. Last thing is just like obviously one of the bigger topics of the week was seeing like Brian Bercisis be honored at the game, which I thought, man, I think it's just like how quickly the message got there, even like the gray T-shirts and everything. I think it's just a testament to like the Clemson culture. Y'all being like inside the locker room, like how has that been? Like what is like obviously she was with the team the week before she passed. Like how was that as a team, and then just kind of like y'all's experience seeing her come and battle throughout this year.
Yeah, man. First of all, that was a sad situation. But just seeing her, for me, I saw her like for the first time in person, and you can just like look in her eyes and tell like she was battling every single day. She never gave up. Like she never seemed like she never complained. She always kept that smile on her face ever since I seen her like through pictures and everything. She always had that same smile, and it just like makes you feel like even the things that you go through, there's nothing, it's always something out there that's worse than your situation. So just seeing her with a smile on your face just made us like, I feel like just come closer as a team in a whole and just dedicate our plan to her.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with Kobe. I mean, it was just so sad. But at the end of the day, because I mean, it was crazy because she was at our Wednesday practice of Furman week, and she was going to be like an honorary captain that week. And she like broke us down the practice, and I got to talk with her also. And you could just literally, I could feel just the joy coming out of her. It was truly incredible. And I know that she's with the Lord right now, and that she's not hurting. She's fighting anymore, and she's at peace. And so we're all just praying for the Brzee family. I mean, Brian, I haven't seen Brian yet. I think he's going to be back today. So we're all here for him, and we're all going to rally around him. And it's such a tough situation. And I mean, I'm just praying for him, just praying for peace for his family. But like Kobe said, I mean, we've definitely all came together a lot more. And it really, whenever something like that happens, it just gives you a fresh perspective. And it makes you just appreciate little things more and appreciate people more. And it's so sad, but I pray that God uses it for good. That's all we can do at this point.
You love to see. I feel like a lot of inspiring things come from sad situations sometimes, like seeing how people respond. And I think it's been inspiring to see like the Clemson community come together, the football team, even like just other opponents like Louisiana Tech, like them sending like all the letters. Like that's just stuff like that to me. It really shows people's character. And obviously you wish things like this wouldn't happen the way it had, but it is something good. It does come out of it when you see people kind of like all come together. It shows so much love for the Brissy family. And I know during a tough time it's definitely not ideal, but I think they've probably had a lot more like so much love that they can never imagine just from how many people have like supported them throughout this whole entire thing. So definitely Ella Strong. If you haven't seen it, definitely go tune in, support any way you can. But thank y'all, man. Look, another episode for the guys. We're continuing to build this thing out. Hop on a Palmetto Cat Crew. We're changing a lot, but we're doing some big things coming. Got some cool stuff for the rest of the fall. So y'all tune in. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next episode.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
Y'all.